Hey everybody, Lee Simmons here with Event Resources. We started our second annual Set Design Challenge. We took our entire team, split it in half, and then each of those, now two teams, used their creative juices to come up with some ideas for a set design. Because it is not always about getting the most expensive equipment, it's about using your creativity and how you can utilize it in an interesting way. The goal is when your guests arrive at the event, what is the experience that they're going to have? How can we wow them? It doesn't have to break your budget. So we try to be creative and think of some ideas. So I'm very excited to share with you the 2022 Set Design Challenge.
The idea started with this swooping drape, gold drape in the middle, then bordered by these two columns. Then we kind of filled everything in with the rings here, which have string lights around them that give a nice vibe to it. And then in the center we have an opaque circle that we're using for projection right now, but that can be used for a gobo, logo, any sort of, kind of like B-roll video content.
We wanted to repurpose the beaded curtains, so we decided to turn it 90 degrees, and that gave us an opportunity to light it differently. We also decided to go with a digital signage for the lectern. This is a 50-inch monitor that we could put any image on there. Something that we thought was a little unique, and it's backed with Prince's concept of the rib cage. And that's lit both from the front with a gobo and uplit from the back, so it gives that two-tone effect. And then we're over to our fireside chat where we've got obviously a gobo with someone's logo on there and a little bit of depth with the stretch layers and some more uplighting behind it.
So proud of the teams. Great job, everybody. Now, how can these set designs work for you at your next event? Well, let's take a look. First, the one with the circles is super interesting. Because first, the drape can be any color. That's easy. So that can be branded to any color that your event is. And the circles are a unique shape. You don't see that often. You see a lot of other shapes in set designs, but coming in with the circles are super interesting. And the way they're lit up just gives you another element, another layer. And how about that projection mapping on the circle in the middle? Super cool. If you had a keynote speaker, it can change. It could be on a loop. So I think there's a lot of opportunities there. The stage had a step down. If you have pictures that are taking, sometimes we do like induction ceremonies or things like that, and you have a big group that needs to take a group picture. And I like that instead of just basic stage skirt, you notice the white with the light there, it can be lit up. The LED stanchions, as you can see, just another little element. If the room is dark and it's outside, these work great. If it's not, then this is not your best option there. Now on to this other group, the beaded drape that we've used many times. The idea of using it horizontally was super creative, and it gave a whole new look. And I think like an IMAG camera shot, like at the convention center, I think that will look really, really nice there. And the columns on the side kind of frame it really well. And the digital lectern is a fantastic idea. You can utilize this. It can change. I think if you have a different person speaking, whether their name could be there or the logo is there, or if they're maybe they're a sponsor and the sponsor logo could go there. It looks just very clean, very crisp. And then the two other elements they used, we call this one the rib cage. It's just something we came up with, rib cage. But it gives you this depth. You can kind of tell some pieces are back, some pieces are forward, but it gives an interesting depth. It just gives it kind of like a 3D look. And this is just two of them, but picture four of them and maybe elevated. Could certainly be a set design in its own for a backdrop of the lectern, if you will. And then this little fireside chat area, what I really like about it is I love the truss angled. It kind of gives an interesting illusion that's like falling. And then the multi-layers with the gobo and the stretch pieces, just a unique way to just give a different backdrop from a little fireside chat. Kudos to the team. Very proud of everybody for working so hard and come up with these creative ideas. And we hope it can help you at your next event.